pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a proclamation for Holden Midkiff, and we do, I'm sure we have an official copy for him, and obviously couldn't make it today.
I presented it to him. We had a meeting with the SCAC to honor him on Wednesday night.
Okay.
He's very appreciative. His family was there, all the board members for the SCAC were there, and the team of 3 that he had that did it, pretty remarkable that what they were able to do, and got a lot of community support. So just a good young man with a great idea that he actually followed through on, which isn't always what happens these days. So
That's great.
yeah,
Great job. $7,000.
yeah, over $7,000. Pretty simple process, pretty simple concept, and there's money to be made for charities when you do that. And he thought outside the box a little bit. Everybody likes, most people like to play cornhole, and why not make it a charity event? So
we probably need a motion to just acknowledge that we have this proclamation and has been presented to Holden Midkiff for his donation of time and effort to raise money for the Springbrook Community Assistance Center. So motion to that effect?
So moved.
second.
Mr. Mearsclaw? Yay. Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Very good. I'm glad you got to present that.
He's a junior, by the way. Will be a senior this year. So I told him we're looking forward to the 2nd annual cornhole. He balked a little bit. So.
It was fun, but it might not.
might have been a one-off.
Yeah.
Because next year at this time he'll be graduating, so he's going to have other things on his mind.
Anybody have any items they'd like to have removed from the consent agenda?
Sure.
Any public comment? No. Fiscal officer, Russ?
No comments today, sir.
All right. New business, planning and zoning, resolution 5514, resolution accepting the bond for outstanding earth, berm, and landscape required as part of the NRPUD Stage 3 modification, and dispense with the second reading. Jeffrey?
Yes, so as part of the storm lock that's on Clearcreek Franklin Road that went through a PUD process, they came back for a modification. Part of their reason for modification was to realign their construction access along their southern boundary of the existing culvert. With all their approval plans, they actually had that being removed and had their landscape in place. So through the zoning commission's discussion, they have it as a phased process in which that will eventually, phase 6, be complete. But in order for that to occur, they need a bond with us and a bond with the county so that we can ensure that those things would be removed and put back as approved. So this is their bond for that element.
Is there a motion to accept this bond?
So moved.
Resolution 5514.
Second. Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And with resolution 5515, a resolution to initiate exhibit 2024-1, an amendment that establishes definitions and standards for medical recreational marijuana for Clearcreek Township.
Yeah, so based upon the passage of issue 2 statewide, staff's looking at things, trying to get direction. Ultimately, all the precincts in Clearcreek Township denied or failed the issue. So our direction, we felt, was probably to be consistent with what we had for the medical marijuana. Talked with the law director. This actually mimics Silverton's regulation. And Blue Ash. In any other of the representative locations where our law director serves. So we believe that it has teeth with regard to justification, and justification going back to the ORC, which was included in the packet to define. So we actually refined what was our medical marijuana, which is the straight items of 519, to then coincide with the other regulation. So this will be initiated, will come back before you after the zoning commission review and recommendation.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about 5515? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And then we have resolution 5516, a resolution determining that the maintenance and vegetation at 6455 North State Road 48 constitutional nuisance.
Yeah, so this is one of our repeat offenders, unfortunately. The hard corner, more or less, of Clear Spring Road and 48. The actual hard corner is owned by the state. It actually got mowed ahead of this property. Usually it's the other way around, where they're saying, hey, you didn't mow the entire property. But they decided this doesn't look like anyone was occupying the space. But we'll go ahead and do our mailer. They are the owner's out of Mason. So we'll do our mailer and our posting on the property. But it comes through multiple times through the year, so we'll get them to cut it and get this process started.
The motion to approve 5516.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have a request of property owner, Mr. Israel Poole, something like that.
That's the closest I probably could say also.
434 Chapel Drive, to waive a variance application fee of $550.
Yeah, typically, we have requests for application fees to be waived by churches, schools, other charitable. Atypical, I guess you could say, for a resident to ask for that to be waived. I've been dealing with this gentleman, of course, the past couple months regarding chickens on this property. There's a location where he could relocate the chicken coop based upon our 85-foot setback in the rear yard. It's an inconvenient location for him based upon his representation. He doesn't want to put it there because it's right behind his back door. There's drainage issues and the like. We've gone back and forth. Ultimately, it's a zoning violation. We have him underneath a 30-day notice for such thing. One of his remedies is a variance. He doesn't want to pay $550 based upon the number of chickens. He doesn't think that's an equitable option. I explained to him it doesn't go with the chickens, it goes with the property through time. Ultimately, if this is a request, you have the ability to roll the dice, go before the board, and go forward. So, just as a safety valve, he said, well, I want the fees waived. I said, I can't waive them. It's the Board of Trustees ultimately have the authority to do that. If you want to write a letter, which he did, which was in your packet, then make the request. So this will be the first time since I've been the director that we would have a resident receive a waiver fee for a variance request.
First request, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of the deal. I don't think we should waive it. I think it's bad precedence, and there's a reason for that, because of all the time and effort that you've spent and are going to continue. He's not going to go away.
Yeah, the fees truly covering all the mailing, board sign, the notices that go out, paper. So it is something that my department would eat if we would go down that path. But yeah, we're probably going to be dealing with this issue another way if he were denied.
I'll make a motion to deny his request.
I'll second that.
Okay. Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Ms. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Okay.
Sorry, I went out of order there, Steve.
That's all right.
I think that's all for sure.
I'll take the next two.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Like when you're on a stop sign, you stop twice for the second
Police Department, we have a recommendation to accept a donation of $1,000 from Bronco, Sarah A.O., and Mark Munier, and they do this by every year.
They do this every year. We appreciate their support, thank you, Karen. They're one of the, I think, highest dollar amount supporters we have year in and year out. They've been doing it for years, so I appreciate their attention to that program. So ask the board to accept it.
Is there a motion to accept this donation?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Anything else, Chief?
No, sir.
Okay, nothing from the road department at this time?
No, sir.
So, they get all the resurfacing done?
Yes.
I saw it on a few roads.
Yeah. The
really nice.
Yeah, that's nice building. They do do that. Fire district, anything? Chief? Okay. Administration, anything new? Nothing new. All right, moving on to the consent agenda, is a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yes.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay?
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Staff updates.
A couple of things. I want to thank Brian and the guys for their help looking at Hardball Park. We're in communication with county officials on what we want to do to try to coax the creek back into its natural bank, eating away at the acreage of the northeast corner of the property. It's pretty substantial erosion up there, so we're trying to figure out exactly tactics to go about pushing it back in where it should be. So thank Brian and the guys for their help, and also those guys have been thrashing to get the pad for the salt bin ready for the asphalt to lay down to the base for the salt. So heavy equipment going pretty steadily the last week or two, weather permitting, and they've done some amazing work and hauled an awful lot of dirt.
How close are they to putting the pad in?
We shot grade on it Friday, and we got 3 foot on the front and 7 on the back corner, so we're close. We've already raised it 8 feet. Have to take a look at it on your way by. Doesn't take a long time when you're moving 6 trucks.
So they have to take the time to make sure it's compacted correctly and tested.
Oh, yeah, there'd be a long wait in there. A lot of waiting, a lot of equipment in and out, and that's a lot of crumbling.
Yeah.
Just the guys.
I'm gonna add to this part, it must be Ryan's day, because I wanna thank him for the work they've done with all the vegetation back behind the police building and the road building to mitigate some of the lighting issues there and the lighting work they've done, as well as Mr. Wade and I both got a compliment from a local resident who's the pickleball expert that discovered we were short on their work out there too, so obviously they've been pretty busy lately. And we have a lot of people waiting on this court. That's what I did during the rain delay Sunday, was respond to emails or texts about that, so.
They put the post in Friday.
Good.
It's getting closer.
How to make a simple project hard. That's a good example. Right?
Yep. We need to put some kids out there with a lemonade stand when we get it done, they'll make some money. There's gonna be a lot of people out there.
Your police chief wants to turn into a parking lot.
Wow.
I was thinking about adding 2 more courts out
Sorry, I
behind
just wanted to
his,
put him
behind his
on the spot.
building.
He seems to enjoy it.
Well, there is more parking needed for tenants.
No.
Oh, God's sake.
Okay. Anything further to come before the trustees? Hearing nothing, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay.